In all its forms, water is an essential resource upon which human survival depends, and Nigeria is endowed with this essential resource estimated at 319.2 billion cubic meters of surface and groundwater. This ordinarily should support agriculture, irrigation, transportation, and energy. But despite this enormous water potential, water use for agricultural, industrial, and domestic consumption has been largely underdeveloped, poorly harnessed, and managed.
The country is lucky, it's always lucky. It has in its sleeve about 320 billion cubic meters of water, though not evenly distributed, which should be more than enough for the people to use, both the underground and the surface water. But the problem is the inability of the system to manage these water resources well enough for both domestic, industrial, and agricultural uses. So when we say Nigeria is not water stressed, it means the water resources are fairly adequate to help Nigeria to move. But because of our lack of proper management, we have not been able to utilize the water resources to make water available for the people to use.
Water is central to the ecosystem. Water is central to human living, and water is central to human use, whether you are in the urban or rural areas. Apart from that, water is central to a number of other things that is important for sustainable development.
Statistics from trend analysis of Nigerian water supply coverage from 1990 to 2006 revealed a decline in total coverage, which, if unchecked, could result in total coverage of 50.2% in 2015 and 42% by 2020, far from the 75% and 100% of the Millennium Development Goals and Vision 2020 targets. This situation, experts say, could further be worsened by the effects of climate change on the country's water resources.
The climatic changes that we are experiencing is leading to a reduction in the availability of water resources in some places. And one particular area is Lake Chad, which has shrunk from about 30,000 square kilometers to less than 3,000 square kilometers by 2007. Which means a lot of people that were dependent on the available water resources in the Lake Chad, are no longer able to utilize water. For instance, a lot of the fishermen, Nigerians, they were migrating with this water as it was receding to to Chad Republic, until more or less all the water is gone now. So they are unemployed. And when the water is no longer available and the fishes are not available there, the fishermen have no job. They don't know another trade other than fishing. They cannot farm. So what happens? They now become migrants in urban areas looking for menial jobs and unable to meet their family needs.
Worried by this development, experts want government to formulate policies and investment decisions that must promote water security and climate-resilient growth and development. This, they say, will reduce water stress, promote employment, economic growth, and social stability. For the participants, the lecture is indeed an eye-opener, as it has taught them on how to use water more efficiently.
We're privileged to be present here today because I find the lecture most exciting, most appropriate, most useful for this country. Nigeria is proud to have very intelligent people, intelligent children who proposes solutions to almost every problem. But why is Nigeria where she is? Poor nation. We have no reason at all in the whole world to belong to that category of poor nation, because the Lord Almighty has endowed us with everything that a nation may want to have. What I have for this nation is for our government, please, to make use of what we have.
People waste water a lot, and he taught us about how to manage our water and so many other things.
I used to waste water a lot because we have enough water. But with me coming here, I learned a lot how to manage and to save water for future use.